Hey, Josh here from Leaf Trading Cards doing our Week 2 preview for the college football season. Admittedly, it's a little bit of a sparse schedule this week, but you never know what games are going to end up being good. We're still feeling out a lot of these teams. A lot of these young quarterbacks are still getting their feet wet. Malik Washington at Maryland had a great game. Can he follow that up this week? There's a couple of interesting games, though. I think one of the big one, obviously, is Michigan-Oklahoma. Michigan plays at Oklahoma. Bryce Underwood's first road test. He looked really good last week. Will that continue at, a true road game against a quality opponent? Can John Mateer follow up what he did last week and, continue to dominate? We'll learn a little bit about both teams, I think. If one of them runs away, maybe one of them's really good. We'll find out. Illinois at Duke. Illinois is ranked really high this year. I think you could win a lot of bets if you said that they were ranked 11th in the country, because I think a lot of people wouldn't necessarily believe that. But Luke Altmaier was great last week. Playing at Duke this week, Darian Mensah had an amazing first game for Duke. Can he lead Duke to a victory in this tough game that's not a conference game, but an interesting early season game? Delaware at Colorado, not a big game, but it's been announced that Juju Lewis is going to make his debut this weekend, so we here at Leaf are very excited about that game. Excited to see him play. South Florida at Florida. South Florida looked really dominating last week against Boise State. Is it real? Or is Boise State just not that good? We'll find out. South Florida's going to Florida. Obviously, Florida's very good. DJ Lagway, Jaden Baugh. Got a lot of talent on Florida, and they looked pretty good in week 1, even though it was an inferior opponent. That's going to be a tough game for South Florida, but let's see if they're for real. And then the last one, we're going to talk about Arizona State at Mississippi State. Arizona State's going to get a true road test against an SEC opponent. Big early season test for Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson. Not the greatest SEC opponent, but it's still a road game in the SEC, which is never an easy win. Can Leavitt and Tyson take another step towards really having an amazing season and potentially winning the Big 12? So enjoy the games this weekend. Again, not the greatest schedule. You've also got NFL games starting this week, but it should be a fun college football weekend no matter what. Enjoy the game.